Hello YouTube, how is everyone doing? It's Professional here. Today I wanted to make another top 5 video for you guys. I was thinking of topics to make, and I was doing an activity the other day, and I said to myself, when this first came out, it was really disappointing. I then thought to myself, what would be the top 5 most disappointing features added to GTA Online? I already had a worst features list and a best features list, but not a disappointing one. Now, disappointing, it's different from worst in that worst is just absolutely terrible, really no good things from it, but disappointing, it can have some good things in it, it's just not what people had hoped for. We're not going to be looking at specific vehicles or guns, but instead big gameplay features that were added that were just disappointing. Now, let's get started. Starting off at number 5, we have free mode events. These were added as part of the free mode events update on September 15, 2015. Here you can see me doing air checkpoints, which is actually one of the better ones. Free mode events, they were really disappointing when they first came out because this was the same year the original heist launched, where we had such a massive update. People got their hopes up for a larger update later in the year, and this was not it. The reason a lot of people were excited for free mode events was because this was before any kind of business. Not even CEO crates existed at this time. There wasn't much to do in free mode, and people wanted more activities and new ways to make money. Unfortunately, this was not the case with the free mode events update. Free mode events took older free modes out. It deleted them. They got rid of the good ones. They deleted the Lester assassination missions, the Trevor smuggler planes, the armored cars, the crate drops, and others. They took out all the good ones. These were great, but instead, what we got replaced with were a bunch of competitive, generic events that spawned every 15 minutes. Some were fun and good, don't get me wrong, like the checkpoints one I'm doing here, as well as criminal damage. When you have events like these spawn, people do them. But when you have some of the others spawn, like snipe the most players, steal the most cars, or fly under the most bridges, barely anyone does them. I have seen full 30-player lobbies where not even one player took part in an event. The worst for me is fly under the bridges. And some of these challenges, they have a 10-minute timer, and to pay at the end of them, it's really, really bad. Here, I won $31,000 at the end, but I collected most of the checkpoints. In criminal damage, you can get $35,000 if you're first, but others, you get between $10,000 to $20,000, sometimes even below $10,000, even if you're first. I would trade the old deleted free mode events for these. Why can't there be a vote in the lobby on what free mode events start? Nope. Instead, really bad ones start and they last for 10 minutes and another one spawns half an hour later and it's even worse. These were so disappointing. They should let people vote on what free mode events spawn in the lobby, not just throw a random one out. At number 4, we have the Hangar Business. While Smuggler's Run was a great DLC, don't get me wrong, we had a lot of new aircraft, we can now customize them and store them, but what was the most disappointing in this update was the Hangar Business itself, and it actually used to be much better. I remember when this update first came out, people were making around $2 million a sale. A lot more people did it back then. The numbers on the computer, they never made sense to me, and I wondered why they didn't represent the correct amount we actually made. Then months later, Rockstar updated the hangars, decreasing their payouts. They claimed it was a glitch that the hangars were making that much money. People went from making $2 million a sale to around $1 million, and that's if you sell it in a populated lobby. What made the business so disappointing is the fact that you needed 3 other people for it to be successful. It was profitable, but only when you had 3 other people helping you source crates. And it's very hard to ask people for help getting crates, especially when they don't get anything in return for helping you. It's not like CEO crates where you could spawn 3 by yourself solo and pick them up. If you were by yourself, only 1 crate would spawn, which means you would need to do 50 missions to fill it up solo. And some of these missions, they can take really long, and each crate is worth only $20,000. You get a bonus after 25 crates, and you get another bonus at 50 crates with the best crates, narcotics, chemical, medical. But who's going to sit there and do 50 crate missions, right? You can see how long this one mission is taking me here. I don't have statistics to back this up, but I'm fully confident in saying the Hangar is the least used business. I barely see anyone doing Hangar, even when it's double money on it. And there's a reason people don't use it as much as other businesses. It's just not as profitable, and it takes too long. Number 3 is Nightclub popularity.
Hey, you got a second? Some of Black Madonna's people are being held up in the city. She'd sort it, only she's been DJing like a maniac. You think you can handle this? Very nice. This is where you're going. Grab them, save the day. And no friendly fire, please. I don't want to tell the BM you shot her friends instead of saving them.
Nightclub popularity was so disappointing. While I thought the After Hours DLC was a great DLC, it had a great nightclub underground business and offered a lot of new content like the Terabyte, along with client jobs and a new B-11 jet. However, The most disappointing thing about this update was the nightclub popularity system. The underground portion of the nightclub, it was a great business. It made us a lot of money, but above ground was just terrible. The popularity missions were repetitive, and some took really long, and they were annoying, like putting up a bunch of posters around the city. This mission that I'm doing here, it's a unique nightclub mission, where you had to rescue some staff that were being attacked by the Ballas. I flew across the map from Sandy Shores to here, I cleared out all the enemies, and I took them back to the nightclub. I only got like a bar and a half. It was terrible. And that's not even the worst part. On other popularity missions, you only get half a bar of popularity. You don't get a full bar, you only get half a bar. The popularity system is so bad, and its pay is just awful. It pays $10,000 every 48 minutes, and that's if you have popularity maxed out. When this update first came out, I saw a lot of people doing popularity missions because that was a new thing at the time, but now I don't see anybody doing them. Nobody does them. And it gets even worse with the DJs, where they have no difference between each other. Sure, they might have some different music, but it doesn't change gameplay at all. And the fact that the DJs were drip-fed over the weeks, it didn't really make it any better. I mean, just take a look at this one Dixon mission here. We spent weeks waiting for these missions, and this is one of the missions that we got. This was such a generic mission where one guy steals a bag, and we gotta go get it back. And that's it. That's it for the whole mission. You know, the popularity system, it really needs to be changed around. You know, let us compete with other nightclubs. You know, make it different. Let us make more money with this system. The way it's right now, nobody's going to be doing popularity missions. Why should they? When they could run so many different businesses and make much more money than this. Nobody's going to really bother with these popularity missions anymore. And it's just such a shame because I was really expecting a lot more from the popularity system with this nightclub when it was first coming out. At number 2, we have the Arena Wars DLC.
And now, short format web TV. Thanks to you two. Well, I'm gonna get a star and a prize, and you're gonna get rich. Okay, I need to get an entirely non-erotic, medically supervised massage to calm down. I love you both. We're gonna get rich. I'll see you later. Remember, we shoot after lunch.
This DLC was largely disappointing. While Arena did have some good things like some new great vehicles like the Death Bike and the Arena ZR380, and a new mode, the Arena itself, it failed in so many other aspects. The last update we received was After Hours, and a lot of us were waiting for a new update to come out. It came out half a year later, in December 2018, with Arena Wars. This update got me and a lot of people excited when it was first announced. We have never been able to use the Arena before this DLC, and I was excited to see what it had to offer. I thought the Arena would have potential when we were first purchasing the workshops. Unfortunately, I was very wrong. The Arena itself paid so bad, paying $30,000 on most jobs, and the problem was that this is when it was double money, and when it stopped being double money, you barely got any money, around $20,000 if you're lucky. Some matches, if you had more people and you took longer, you could get up to $40,000, but the pay was still so bad. The vehicles were so overpriced in this DLC that I have never seen anything like it before. There was trade prices on the vehicles, but it was randomly unlocked in the Arena ranks, which were up to rank 1000, and everything was locked behind trade prices, the vehicles, the armor, the vehicle guns, and even the clothes. Yes, the clothes were overpriced as well and had trade prices. The vehicle variants is what irritated me the most in this update. There was an apocalyptic variant, a nightmare variant, and a future variant for all the new vehicles, and some variants had better abilities, like bulletproof windows, while others didn't, even though they were meant to be the same thing, just a cosmetic look. You could not change it if you wanted to. You had to buy a whole new vehicle to change the variant of it. Today, almost no one plays Arena. When it first came out, I predicted that once Double Money ended, barely anyone would play it now, and today, you cannot find anyone playing it. And even though we're playing a match here, this doesn't really count because everyone in here is one of my friends. If I tried to sit in here and wait for random players to join, no one would have. Arena is not just overpriced, but dead now. I really hope they never make a part 2 for this DLC, but instead a brand new DLC. This DLC was so disappointing. I mean, just look at my pay at the end of this match, and we won. Look at how bad my pay is. Before I unveil the #1 most disappointing feature added to GTA Online, I wanted to make a special mention, Adversary Modes. While a lot of adversary modes are fun, my favorite ones personally are Slasher. What disappointed me about the adversary modes was just how bad the pay is on them. When a new adversary mode comes out, it's double money on it, and then people play it for that week, but when double money ends, people just stop playing it, and then those modes become dead. I can't find any Slasher matches. This is from a long time ago, and I found one person to play Slasher with me, and it was kind of boring just playing with one other person. You know, I wish that they would really increase the pay on these adversary modes, and it's such a shame because they put so many of these adversary modes in, but yet they make such bad pay. You know, it's like they're just putting out these adversary modes just to let them die. And number one, the most disappointing feature added to GTA Online is the Southern San Andreas Super Sports Series DLC. This DLC came out on March 20th, 2018, and I have heard people say several times Arena Wars was the worst DLC. I disagree. I think this DLC was the most disappointing DLC and also the worst one. Arena was the second worst for me. Now, a lot of people have forgotten the Super Sports Series DLC. What was so bad about it? This was branded as a large update, and it offered nothing new. At least the Arena Wars, despite how expensive it was, offered something new. It added an arena game mode, a new property, and unique vehicles, and some clothing, despite how expensive it was. This, all it did was add 10 new stunt races, which were called Hot Ring Circuit races, which are the same thing as NASCAR, just GTA themed. 10 races, where you drive around in circles, and one crash, and it's very hard to catch up. Not only that, but the pay wasn't too good on them. I crashed and I missed the checkpoint and I lost this race. I was in last place. I think what got a lot of people disappointed about this update was the fact that the last 3 updates were massive. We had Gun Running in June 2017, then Smuggler's Run in August 2017, and finally the Doomsday Heist in December 2017. All of these updates added brand new customization, new vehicles and missions, plus properties. Here, we just got 10 brand new stunt races, and while I'm not against the stunt races, there's just too many. Why does Rockstar think this is what we want? There have been so many stunt races added before this, and I haven't even played them all, and then they drop even more. To be fair, this update did add 15 brand new vehicles, but 14 out of them were cars. They weren't really anything unique. The most unique vehicle was the Sea Sparrow, which I thought was the best thing that came out of this DLC, but it was drip fed. When people look at the most disappointing DLCs, they should really go back to the Super Sports series, because I remember this update and how disappointing it was. Again, at least the arena offered us something different, but here, we just got the same stunt races just rebranded into Hot Ring. Thank you guys for watching. Was there anything else disappointing that I missed? Let me know, and also let me know if there's another top 5 video you want me to make. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like. If you're new to my channel and enjoy my content, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone.